One of my favorite things about Las Vegas is it's always changing. There's always new things to see whenever you come. And this video is my annual update of what's new in Las Vegas, where I'm gonna share with you all the new things that have opened in 2025, all the new things that are coming in 2026, and even some of the new attractions that are in construction for 2027 and beyond. All right, let's go. First, let's talk about what's new in hotels. And there are no new hotels in 2025 or 2026, but there's a lot of rebrandings and remodels. And one of the most significant remodel that's coming in early 2026 is going to be the rebrand of the Cromwell to the Vanderpump Hotel. They are redoing the entire hotel, all 188 guest rooms, the lobby, and the casino floor to become Vanderpump themed. Dre's nightclub, which has been on the top, is now moving to the basement, and that swimming pool at the top is now going to become the Vanderpump Hotel. Swimming pool open to all hotel guests, and the nightclub will be in the basement. Over the Park MGM, the Strip's only non-smoking hotel and casino, they're rebranding one of their sub-brands. The top few floors of the Park MGM has been known as the Nomad Hotel. Well, Nomad is now owned by Hilton as a brand, and MGM just joined Marriott, and so Nomad had to go. What's it going to be called now? It's going to be called the Reserve at Park MGM. Very creative name. As far as I can tell, not much is changing substantively, just a name change so that all these brand things can go on. By the way, if you're wondering what this little has been in the background, I'm at the top of the Boulevard Shopping Mall, and they've got some little like interactive art exhibition up here that when people spin these things, they make noise, but more about this when we get to the shopping section. Over at the Circus Circus, they're planning to open a new bingo hall in February of 2026. This will be the first bingo hall on the Strip since the last one at the Riviera closed decades ago. This is going to be on the promenade level. That's the level where you go into the Adventure Dome, their big purple domed theme park thing. The bingo hall will seat 255 people, and then in March, after it opens, they're going to open a new coin-operated slot machine area because the coin-operated slots at Slots of Fun have been so popular. They're going to bring that here too. But you know one thing that hasn't changed Circus Circus? The carpet. I feel like this has been here since the 80s when I first stayed at the Circus Circus. And if you're wondering what the bingo hall is going to look like when it opens, well, I don't know. Circus Circus hasn't released any fancy renderings like Caesars or MGM does, but this is the likely spot for it. This is the promenade level. There's some construction right here, and the entrance to the Adventure Dome just over that way. I also love to see that the classic Circus Circus rotating slot machine carousel is working once again. This was broken for such a long time, and it brings back many childhood memories of when I stayed here in the 80s with my parents, that these slot machines, you can start playing right here, and then after about a minute or two, it's going to rotate to the other side. But apparently the air conditioning doesn't work all that well in there, so they got a nice little ceiling fan to keep you cool. Although what it looks like they're having a problem with now are the escalators, and this thing looks like it's been closed for a really long time. And it's also great to see the Circus Circus still has their famous free circus acts on the midway level. This is by the arcade and the carnival games. If you want to know when they are, they post a schedule right in front of the stage. But back on prices for a moment, Circus Circus actually has some really good deals on food. Here at Big Top Eats on the casino floor, you can get French toast, you can get a breakfast sandwich, you can get pancakes, $8.99 all 24 hours. So you see, as you get away from the center strip, prices get a lot lower. Oh, and the other new thing at Circus Circus, or a trend they've fully embraced, I should say, is humanless check-in at these desks. Look, there used to be humans to check you in. There are humans no more. It's just all kiosks to check in, and they've got like 1 or 2 people to monitor the kiosks if you need help. But when you come to Circus Circus, expect to check in with a robot and not a human. Over at the Excalibur, they've fully embraced the kiosk check-in. I mean, look at all the kiosks over here. They've embraced it so much that they've put a big wall in front of the desks where the humans used to stand, so I don't think the people are coming back here to check you in anytime soon. Let's talk about what's new at the Venetian, and they're in the middle of a big remodel where they're refreshing the Venetian guest room floor, so if you're looking for new rooms, maybe when you come, some of them might have been refreshed, but they also have a new food hall for those of us that aren't staying in the rooms. The Via Food Hall is their refreshed food court. What's it mean when it's called a food hall? It means they increase the prices of all the things, and they find some new fancy tenants. The tenants I'm most excited about, though, Howlin' Ray's is from Los Angeles, and I really love their chicken sandwich, or they call it the Sando right here. Not cheap, $16 for this hot chicken sandwich, but the Howlin' Ray's is one of the best hot chicken sandwiches I've had anywhere. I also like the one at Block 16 at Cosmopolitan. That one's pretty good too. But some of the other restaurants that are in here, let me show you them. There's a spot for ramen, Ivan Ramen. There's a spot for tacos, BS Taqueria. 3 street tacos, carne asada will cost you $17. There's this place that's famous for its Italian-style sandwiches that I'm only gonna call AV because I don't know how to pronounce that name. Just next to Howlin' Ray's is Scar's Pizza. This is pizza from New York City, where a slice of cheese pizza will set you back $6.50. There's a burger place called Turkey and the Wolf. I don't know what turkey and wolves have to do with burgers, but they have burgers and they also have fried bologna sandwiches, really. And finally, in the corner, they got this place called Close Company, which the sign says it's a bar. Can we peek inside? Oh, it's like a little speakeasy. Oh, and if you're looking for the Via Via food hall, you will find it right near the Grand Lux Cafe. There's 2 Grand Lux Cafes. There's one inside the Palazzo and one inside the Venetian. It's next to the one by the Venetian. Also, out in the front of the Venetian, right along the strip, there's a new Five Guys that opened. So if you want your Five Guys burgers and fries, you'll find it right on the corner next to the Best Western Casino Royale. The Flamingo Hotel turns 80 years old this year, and as part of that, they're planning a property refresh. They're going to be leaning into the flamingos and the tropical vibe, trying to make it a little bit more upscale, where the Flamingo's been more of a value property in the center strip. I'm looking forward to those renovations. Some things they've already done. They've spent $20 million completely rebuilding the Go pool. This is their adults-only pool. It's got 5 new pools that they built from the ground up. It's got day beds, cabanas, all those sorts of things. They still have a family pool that is open to guests of the Flamingo Hotel, but the Go pool is also open to outside hotel guests. You don't have to be staying here to go to the Go pool on a first come, first served basis until it's full. Note the Flamingo pools are seasonal, so only open in the spring, summer, fall. Closed when it's cold in the winter. Just by the way, something I wonder is if you put up a sign to tell people that there's a hidden speakeasy, is the speakeasy all that hidden anymore? Leave that for you to ponder. And out in front of the Flamingo in the former Margaritaville space, a Luke Combs Category 10 is coming soon. This will be a 3-story, 34,000 square foot venue that will feature their famous free line dancing sessions. Also, Assault and Straw coming to the Flamingo. And as a side note, do you see this like 7-foot tall Amazonian showgirl over there? I just got spanked by her. That's Vegas for you. Over at Caesar's Palace, there's a big construction project going on right on the strip. They're expanding the Omnia Day Club. It's going to be a 46,000 square foot expansion over 3 levels, focused on the swimming pool day club angle, multiple pools, cabanas, DJs. This is scheduled to be open for the summer 2026 pool season. The poker room is reopened to its original spot. In 2024, it briefly relocated to another part of the hotel, but it is now back again to where it was before, right next to the sports book, where you'll find 16 poker tables inside. So at the Caesars Celebrity Food Hall, there's a new celebrity stall by Chef Rick Bayless called Tortazo. They specialize in tortas, and I've always enjoyed his tortas in Chicago O'Hare at Tortas Frontera, so I'm excited to try this one. They have a number of different flavors, but I got the carne asada torta right here for 20 bucks, and the citrus basil aqua fresca, which they say all their aqua frescas are homemade, that this has like lemon, lime, grapefruit, lots of different citruses. You see, oh, you can see New York, Las Vegas, and Chicago right there. So I've not had his, I've not had carne asada. I don't think they have it in Chicago, so let's give this a go. Spicy, lots of different flavors all together. Really wakes up the tongue. I like it. It's not cheap, but I like it. I'd love it if it was cheaper. You might see a new boat in the Bellagio's Lake Como. It's a 33-foot boat right back there, and it's not for commoners like you and I. It's for VIPs and high rollers that was brought in as part of the opening of the new Carbone Riviera restaurant that also has some amazing views of the lake. By the way, who am I to say that mere mortals like you and I can't go on that boat? I mean, I can't go on that boat, but if you're, like if you can, like if you know how to get on that boat, hook a yellow-shirted friend up. Out in front of the Horseshoe, its 2 new mega bar restaurants are both open. Ole Red, which opened first, is a 3-story country western bar/restaurant. That's what a bar restaurant is. That has some really cool live music. It's a really neat venue inside. And on the rooftop, which is actually the 4th story, really great views of the strip. So if you're looking for a sunny spot to get a drink, that's a good place to do it. Right adjacent to it is Bottle Blonde that opened summer of 2025. This is a 3-story sports bar/night nightclub. So in the daytime, sports bar plus Italian food, and at the nighttime, high energy DJ nightclub. It also has a covered rooftop with great strip views too. At Planet Hollywood, they've almost finished building out the food court at the Miracle Mile shops. Let's take a look at some of the new restaurants. We've got Carnegie Pizza with some big pizza by the slice. Irv's Burgers from Los Angeles with, you guessed it, burgers. Tacotarian, where their slogan is "Life with no tacos is like no life at all." Fat Tuesday, because gosh, the Las Vegas Strip didn't have enough of those already. Lobster Me, which specializes in lobster roll. Today's market price for a 4-ounce lobster roll is $27. Dave's Hot Chicken, also from Los Angeles, like Howlin' Ray's, specializes in Nashville-style hot chicken sandwiches. Chipotle for their famous burritos and burrito bowls. And there's still a few more shops coming soon, including Soul Belly Barbecue, and right next to it, not in the next to the food court, but interesting, Ron John Surf Shop, a surf shop originating from New Jersey, opening here soon. Also in the Miracle Mile shops is the Fantasy Claw Arcade. If you're into crane games, this place has a whole bunch of them. I just mention this because people always ask me, Chris, is Vegas kid-friendly? And let me tell you, more and more kid-friendly attractions keep opening in Vegas. So my answer is absolutely yes. Oh, and there's even a candy shop right over here. Snack Daddy. On the outside of Planet Hollywood, there's a new bar opening up. Blue Martini should be opening sometime in 2026, but right now it's just a hole in the wall. Literally a hole in the wall where it's gonna be. Over the Cosmopolitan, they've expanded their Block 16 food hall. This is the original part of it, and this is the new part of it just across the way. In here, there is one restaurant, Naughty Patties. What do they specialize in? They specialize in smash burgers. It's kind of a cheeky place. They want you to get buns deep, and they say you can't spell juicy without U and I. They've also added a whole new seating area over in here in this little part, and then there's also some more seats over on the hallway side. A couple other classic spots I enjoy in Block 16 is Lardo's for their porchetta sandwiches, and also Hattie B's for their Nashville-style hot chicken. Yes, Nashville-style hot chicken is taking over Las Vegas this year. Over at Harrah's, they've heavily leaned into the celebrity chef concept, and in the Fulton Street Food Hall, there's a new celebrity concept, the Chicken Guy by Guy Fieri. This is their second location on the Strip. Their original location is at Caesar's Palace, and what do they specialize in? They specialize in chicken sandwiches. No, not the Nashville chicken Hawaii variety, but fried chicken. By the way, the employees there, really friendly. As soon as they realized I was videotaping, they started waving at me, got out of the way, you know. So anyway, check out the Chicken Guy for friendly employees. By the way, Earl of Sandwich too, when I was there at Planet Hollywood earlier today, I got to take pictures like all the staff at Earl of Sandwich. So I love the friendly people that work in Vegas. That's Vegas hospitality for you. It's a town that's built on visitors. You know, when you go to some destinations and you don't really feel appreciated as a visitor, but this is one town that you do. It's hard to be an independent hotel in Las Vegas these days without being part of a loyalty program. And Treasure Island, they're no longer going it alone. They've now joined a loyalty program, but it's not Marriott, Hyatt, or Hilton. It's Accor. If you've never heard of Accor, it is a French multinational hotel brand that also owns the Fairmont Hotel brand. So by staying at the Treasure Island, you'll now be able to earn Accor loyalty points. And when the Treasure Island fully joins Accor, it's going to have a new name. It's going to be called the Treasure Island TI Las Vegas Hotel and Casino Handwritten Collection. Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? And one thing that TI's confirmed is not changing when they join Accor is that free parking isn't changing. Free self and valet parking at the center of the Strip. So if you don't want to pay for your parking in all these other Strip hotels, come to the TI. Out in front of the Treasure Island, Senor Frogs remains vacant. This place has been closed for over a year now. There have also been rumors that out in front of the Treasure Island, the pirate show might come back. Don't count on it. This show is as dormant as the Luxor volcano. May it rest in peace. What we did get, though, are some new fountains in front of the TI. Cue the oohs and the ahs. Ooh, ah. Now, another trend that I've been reporting on for the last few years making these videos that sadly continues is the decline and closure of buffets. And the latest buffet to bite the dust, I'm sad to report, is the buffet at Luxor. It closed in March 2025, so if you're looking for a buffet at the south end of the Strip, the last one left is the buffet at the Excalibur. So before we head off the strip to check out what's new in the rest of Vegas, I want to share a quick message from this video sponsor, Plannin.com, my favorite hotel for booking Las Vegas websites and saving money, which is what I used to book this room at the Palazzo. I was able to get 31% off this room by booking on Plannin.com. 2 years ago when I stayed at the Wynn Hotel on New Year's Day, I got 40% off that room booking via Plannin. If you want to score some of those sweet deals, they're insider deals, so you have to sign up for Plannin. It's free to sign up, but the deals are too good to share with the public, so check the link in the description below or scan this QR code right here in case you're watching this on your TV. By the way, I'll leave this up for a few more seconds because, it turns out 54% of you actually watch these videos on your televisions, which I just thought was a really interesting statistic. And also, thank you Plannin.com for sponsoring this video. All right, let's head off the strip to see what's new in the rest of Vegas. Heading downtown now to the El Cortez Hotel. In early 2025, they completed their $20 million makeover of the property where they refreshed and overhauled quite a bit of it, including new areas of the casino floor that are nice and modern while retaining the El Cortez's old school vibe. They also refreshed the guest rooms and they added a new restaurant, Hot Nudes. It's an Asian noodle restaurant, but this is a family-friendly channel, but El Cortez, it's pretty clever. And do note, if you're planning to stay at the El Cortez Hotel, it is a 21 and up property completely. So the casino floor is 21 and up, the hotel's 21 and up. Yes, you need an ID that proves you're 21 if you want to check in. Also downtown, the Golden Gate Hotel is having a really interesting happy hour type promotion. It's called The Night Starts Here, and every night from 6 to 7 p.m. they have open bar and free play giveaways where you can win up to $1,000 of slot play. You check in at the Club 1 desk, you get free alcoholic drinks for an hour, and then your free play vouchers are valid from 6 to 8 p.m. Golden Gate, I really like this. This is what the spirit of downtown Las Vegas is all about. Now, can we get the 99-cent shrimp cocktails back, please? I'm happy to see life is returning to the Rio Hotel. When I was here last year to make the same video, the whole place was really sad. Like, this masquerade section didn't have any table games. There were very few people here. This year, the parking garages are full. Nice line of people waiting to check in. Some new things notably here. There's an egg slut that just opened by the front desk. Really delicious breakfast sandwich spot that always has long lines as the Cosmopolitan. So hopefully they'll have shorter lines over here. They have a new burlesque show here called the Empire Strips Back, which is a Star Wars themed burlesque parody. There's a new cocktail bar in the lobby, and interestingly, I saw a boba tea vending machine. First time I've ever seen a boba tea vending machine, though. I feel like the boba tea is more from a vending machine than a boba tea shop. $9 to get a boba tea from the vending machine. Really? $9 for boba tea from a vending machine? Oh, and they've also got a new steakhouse called High Steaks. High because it's actually on the top of the Masquerade Tower, open for dinner only. Now, also off the strip, the M Resort just added a new tower, 375 rooms in it in the East Tower. So if you're looking for some of the newest rooms in Vegas, definitely check these out. It's going to have a quiet off-strip location. This hotel kind of has a classic Vegas feel, although it's new and fresh. In addition to the new rooms, they did a whole refresh of the casino as well. If you're a Raiders fan, the M Hotel, definitely a place to be because this is the official team hotel of the Raiders. And while I'm not personally a Raiders fan, I am a cake fan, and Baby Cakes Bakery in here has some pretty tasty pastries. Now, heading a little further off the strip to Summerlin, we've got some new developments at the JW Marriott in Summerlin. They're in the middle of a $75 million property refresh and remodel. They've already built out a new food court that has a location of Nomois from New York City for dim sum, Italian restaurant. There's an oyster bar over there. They've refreshed their buffet, which, by the way, still has reasonable prices. The sports book in 2026 is going to be remodeled and rebranded as a Caesar Sportsbook. The lobby areas, the spa areas are all looking quite nice. And really, this property is quite special. It feels unlike many of the big Las Vegas Strip properties. It is not big and bustling. It feels much more boutique and calm, very much like a golf resort somewhere else. There's neat water features on the property. There's trees, there's grass, there's even mushrooms growing in the grass. So if you're looking for a nice hotel to get away from the hustle and bustle that is the Strip or downtown, definitely consider this hotel. It does have a special place in my heart because this is also where I proposed to OC Girl some many years ago. In Vegas adjacent, let's talk about Primm. This is the border town right on the California-Nevada border that many people pass by along the Interstate 15. There used to be 3 hotels here. 2 of them are now closed. Whiskey Beats and Buffalo Bills have fences around them. They've been closed for a while. There's 1 hotel and casino still operating here. It is the Primm Valley Resort and Casino. They have moved the Bonnie and Clyde exhibition from Buffalo Bills over here. So this is the car that was like shot up by the police back in the day. They've got a little exhibit where you can learn learn about it, and a movie that you can watch to learn about the history of Bonnie and Clyde. Plenty of room here to gamble in the casino. When I was in here, pretty empty. They still operate the hotel, the check-in desks, no lines to check in. I am sad that Buffalo Bill's closed though, because the roller coaster there, I never got to ride it, so that's a bummer. Also, the shopping mall, the outlet mall that used to be next to this hotel, seems to be completely dead. I think there's only one store left in it. You used to be able to walk inside to check out kind of like the graffiti art and this and that, but when I was here, the mall side was completely closed up. Oh, but the newest thing in Prim, the big sign that they have on the side of the freeway, and what it seems to do is spend most of its time advertising other things like the Mad Greek in Baker. Oh, but if you want to see what the mall looked like when you could go in it last year, you'll find a link to that video in my Las Vegas playlist. Links in the description of this video. Oh, but you know, the Mad Greek, it's actually pretty good. If you're looking for some Greek food on the drive from Los Angeles to Vegas, check it out. Now let's talk about some of the ongoing construction projects in 2026, starting first with one of the biggest eyesores on the Strip right now, and that is the construction of the Hard Rock Hotel. This is at the site of the former Mirage Hotel that closed in 2024, home to the volcano that has now been demolished to make way for the guitar-shaped tower. This is going to be 660 feet when it's done, and you can see the steel frame starting to take shape. This hotel will not open in 2026. Opening dates are projected in 2027. But probably the biggest construction going on in the Strip right now is at the intersection of Las Vegas and Tropicana, where the former Tropicana Hotel used to be. Hotel's completely gone. What they're building here, they're building a new Major League Baseball stadium, which will hold 33,000 fans when it's done, and a big integrated Bally's resort and casino around it. This is scheduled to open in 2028, and it's really impacting a lot of the like pedestrian flow around it, because the bridges that you used to be able to use to get over to that side completely closed, and the sidewalk in front of it completely closed too. So don't expect to walk around to this corner of Las Vegas and Tropicana. Side note: there's a Cartzilla tour over here. This is the first time I've seen this. It's they're taking a tour of the Las Vegas Strip on a shopping cart. Neat. So now I want to talk about the growing trend of the experience economy in Las Vegas, and it's really big in 2026, marked by the expansion of the Area 15 zone to the terminals. But you might be thinking, Chris, what is the experience economy? And that is basically where you and I spend money to do things that aren't gambling, eating, watching shows, or watching sports, or watching musical acts. Those have been the 5 pinnacles of the Vegas industry for a long time, but Area 15, when it opened a few years back and opened Omega Mart, showed that people are willing to spend money on activities that are interesting that aren't the traditional 5. And so in this new expansion of Area 15, one of the big mega things that are in there is Universal Horror Unleashed. It is a Universal Studios owned and run full-time year-round horror exhibition. Tickets start at $49, but could be as much as $100. It is open Wednesday to Sunday, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Note, they are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. That's the Universal Horror Experience. Oh, just a quick correction to the price on Universal Horror Unleashed. When I was writing the outline for this, it was in 2025 as I looked at the prices, and it did start at $49. But now, as I record that to double check the prices, they start at $69 in 2026. So, price is always going up. What's wrong with my face? What's going on with my face? These lights. These lights back here, they're really weird. There's a couple of other things that are open in there already too. There's the Interstellar Arc, there's an escape room, but honestly, it's just really cool to come here and walk around. They have a gigantic 747 that was originally displayed at Burning Man that is now on permanent exhibition here. They've got all these other Burning Man type vehicles. Admission into Area 15 in general is free, but if you want to go into each one of the exhibits, those cost money. And I guess if you want to save a few bucks, you can buy like a pass that includes a bunch of things all together. But definitely the big daddy attraction here remains Omega Mart, if you want to see what that's like inside. And pro tip, it's not just a supermarket. You can check out my video, a full walking tour through Omega Mart. Oh, do note though, a change from previous years, because Area 15's gotten so popular, they now charge for parking. Parking here used to be free, and I guess to support this whole thing, they built a gigantic parking structure in the back. Oh, and to get between Zone 1 and Zone 2, you can walk. I mean, here's Zone 2, here's Zone 1. It's not that far, but they also do have a free kind of Disney-esque shuttle tram that'll take you every 10 minutes back and forth. That's free too. There's a lot more virtual reality places than ever. There's always been virtual reality places in Vegas, but now, like, they seem to be everywhere. I think they do better at marketing now. A lot of them have screens like this that'll show you a little bit more about what the people inside are actually seeing. This is just a marketing reel, but like, if you go in here, it's actually got some video of like what the people playing are seeing right now. So that's pretty cool. And they are on a roller coaster. Do you hear the screams? That's what drew me in here. All right, let's talk about what's new in shopping and the hotly anticipated beloved mall, Boulevard. I'm gonna call it the Boulevard. The hotly anticipated Boulevard Mall right on the center of the Strip, across from the city center and the Aria, is finally open. Most of the ground floor retail is open. The second and third floors, those are still coming together, but the third floor is open. There is one sourdough pizza place open this far. There's a big In-N-Out burger planned on the top of here, which will be nice because the one at the link is really quite small. And then where I'm standing right now, they call this the Overlook, and it's actually protrudes kind of like out over the sidewalk, so you get great views of the Strip. Great place to take pictures. There's even like a seating area that you can sit at, designed to just look out here. There's good lighting. Like, take a look at this lighting. Don't I look good? I think I look good. Also notable, there's a new ABC store in here. If you're looking for souvenirs from Vegas, ABC store, great place. If you're looking for cheap alcohol to pre-fuel before you go to the clubs, you can get a can of beer for like $3 or $4. Inexpensive water. The ABC stores are from Hawaii, so you can also get Spam Musubi there too. Definitely check out the Boulevard when you come, because I'm sure more stores are going to be opening throughout 2026. Another notable tenant coming to the Boulevard, but probably not till 2027, is the Netflix House. It's going to be one single consolidated Netflix interactive experience that's likely going to host some of its most popular brands like Squid Games, Stranger Things, and Bridgerton. Expect retail, dining, and immersive experiences when it opens. All right, now let's talk about some of the new shows and entertainment coming to Vegas in 2026 from my Palazzo room looking out at the Sphere, because I want to talk about the Sphere. The Sphere is definitely the big daddy of music acts in 2026 in Vegas right now. They're pulling in all the big headliners. The Eagles are continuing their tour. The Backstreet Boys, no doubt, coming here in the summer. Fish heading to the Sphere. Less of the like typical long Vegas residency, a lot more short-term shows, but check out the Sphere for a lot of big headlining shows. Also, the Sphere has a new movie interactive experience. Last year, it was Postcard from Earth. This year, it's The Wizard of Oz. It is a AI recreation of the classic Wizard of Oz movie, so it kind of stars all the original characters, although they're all done up by AI. It is a 1 hour and 15-minute movie, but you can come into the atrium a little bit beforehand to see things. You can see things afterwards. I would say all in all, from the time that you go in to the time that you leave, allocate about 2 hours and 20 minutes to do the Wizard of Oz experience. Note, tickets are expensive. They start at like $140, so be prepared to pay, but it is legitimately the coolest 4D movie I've ever seen. If you want to see my full review of what that Wizard of Oz experience is like, you'll find the link in the description or also at the end of this video. But the Sphere hasn't gobbled up all the big names. You'll still find Jennifer Lopez headlining at Caesar's Palace until the end of March. Over the Link Promenade, there's a new spot for magic shows, the Magician's Room, where in front of it, they actually had somebody doing a magic show, but they like paid magic shows to go tonight. You enter in through what looks like a crane arcade, but inside, actually, a magic theater. And something that isn't at the Link anymore is Chippendales. The show had a short run here, but it's now moved to Planet Hollywood. But you will still find the guys advertising the show at the Link. But if you buy tickets, head over to Planet Hollywood. There's a couple of fun new ways to get around Las Vegas, and one, update new things happening in the Vegas Loop. These are the Boring Company underground tunnels underneath Vegas. In 2025, they have doubled their capacity and opened 2 new stations. One of them here at the West Gate, which is where I'm standing right now. This is the former Hilton that was by the convention center. You can see there's the tunnel right there. They've also opened a new station at the Encore. If you want to ride it, one ride is $425. A round trip is $7, and all day is $12.50. You scan a QR code, you get a ticket, you can request the ride, and then a Tesla, just like that one, will magically appear for you. They're also also now doing rides to the airports. I haven't done that myself, but apparently you can go from one of the stations on a surface drive to the airport. That's neat. There's also these robotic taxis by Amazon called Zooks. And right now they're doing free rides. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but they're only to a few different stations. So you can take it from Area 15 to Resorts World, to New York, to the Fountain, to the Fashion Show Mall, to the Luxor, and to Top Golf. Those are the stations that the robo-taxis serve right now. But at the beginning of 2026, they're absolutely free to ride. I actually didn't get to ride one because the wait time was over an hour when I tried today. The staff told me that the ride times are shortest when they first open and late at night after 8 o'clock. So, hey, check that out if you want another fun way to get around. Oh, but as I'm walking to the other side of the transport, we see the carrying the shoes thing right here. Look at this girl, you see? She's got their shoes that she's carrying right there. Yeah, clearly those weren't well for a long day of walking on the strip. She had to put on some other sandals. Maybe those are roll soles. So now I just want to talk about some of the general trends that are affecting tourism to Las Vegas in 2026. And the first one is that visitation is actually down to Las Vegas. I mean, you might not know it by the people walking on the strip behind me because it's really quite busy today. But in 2025, for the first year since COVID, visitation numbers have been down. Since COVID and the whole city closed, every year since then, visitation numbers have been rising steadily until 2025. We're basically like, pretty much every month in 2025, the numbers were lower than the year before. So the casinos and the hotels, they've heard you. They've heard you loud and clear that people are staying away because they think Vegas has gotten more expensive. So to compensate, a lot of the big names are holding promotions to try to get people back. In 2025, in the summer, Resorts World held a free parking promotion that if you came in the summer of 2025, they offered free parking. What are the hotels going to offer in 2026? I don't know, but I'm sure they will be there because they're going to entice people to come back again. Now that everything in the world is reopened, people are discovering other destinations again. So Vegas could be yours back for a once again reasonable price. I mean, I don't know that it's ever going to be cheap again. Like, I don't think the 99-cent shrimp cocktails are ever coming back, but I do think you will see more bargains on the strip than in previous years. Oh, and I wasn't exactly sure where to put this clip, but I wanted to include it in this video, so I'm gonna say one of the trends is families dressing up together as who? The beaver from Buc-ee's. See what just happened. So now, hi Buc-ee's, I love it. I love Buc-ee's. I just love seeing my fellow explorers, especially those that are dressed up in Buc-ee's outfits as a whole family. Now the cost-cutting measures continue, from kiosks for people to check in to robots to vacuum the floor. Over the Excalibur, they don't use people to clean their carpets anymore. They use this friendly little robot. Hi. It looks like the robot's name is Arline. Hi, Arline. So I ran into fellow explorer Ash from the UK here in front of the Bellagio Conservatory, and we were just commenting about how busy it is here right now. And so Ash, when people say Vegas is dying and nobody is here, how have you been feeling on this trip? Is it empty or is it lively?
Look, come on. Have you seen your top? This is lively.
This is lively, okay. Very bright.
This is lively top, but I'm telling you, I've seen other channels where they're saying Vegas is dead. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're going to the wrong areas, but if you zoom around here, Vegas is not dead.
Yeah,
Vegas
look at all those people busy. But this angle, it's dead.
Listen, this angle, no, it has us too.
All right, we're never dead with us.
Everywhere you go, it's sort of, people are there. And maybe the other channels are obviously walking the wrong roads. Maybe the Uber driver dropped them off on the wrong street or something.
Yes.
But no, it's happening.
Yes, awesome. So hey, you heard it from me and you heard it from Ash.
2026 Vegas, let's go.
I agree. All right, thanks so much, Ash. Pleasure to meet you. I'll give you a pound. Boom.
Let's go.
I always love running into my fellow explorers, and to what Ash said actually goes with what the Las Vegas Visitor and Convention Authority is forecasting. They're forecasting that even though 2025 was a down year from the previous years, they are forecasting a 2% increase of visitors in 2026. And so, yes, looking at the crowds behind me here on December 26th, the day after Christmas, usually a pretty slow season. These people don't know it. There are so many more monks than there ever were on the Strip. There used to be just like 1 or 2 monks, but now I feel like there's a monk in front of every hotel. What are they asking you for? They're asking you for donations, of course. Well, they're trying to give you a free bracelet. What do the monks try to do? They offer you a free bracelet, and then they try to put it on your wrist, and when you take it, of course, then they tell you it wasn't free and they want a donation. And then if you don't give them money for a donation, what do? They take the bracelet off your wrist. You see the monks approach you, just keep on walking. These vending machines are popping up all over the Strip. These lucky boxes that are kind of like blind boxes that you don't know what you get. Maybe some trading cards. Oh boy, the Pokemon mystery box, $79. Gold autograph, $269. I mean, that's a really expensive mystery box. These guys are new on the Strip. They say, get your vintage photo in 5 seconds. They have what looks like a vintage camera right back here, and they take your photo, and then it looks like they print out kind of like a Las Vegas newspaper with you as the special guest in the city. And how much does it all cost? Well, you know, all these street performers are just tips only, so you probably negotiate a tip beforehand. I don't know. I didn't do it, so I didn't ask, but she did, so we can ask her. Pro tip for any street performer or street vendor, definitely negotiate the price up front. The showgirls are notorious that if you take a picture with them, they want to charge you $20 to $50 for the picture, so make sure you know what you're getting into before you snap the photo. Another trend are speakeasies, these, bars with kind of like a hidden door that you don't even know they're there. But I feel like there's so many of them, and people weren't coming in when they couldn't find the door, and so now they've put up signs to tell you where the door is, like this one right back here, which is in the Mandalay Place shops. They've made the door look like a bookcase, but I'm guessing people couldn't figure out how to get in. And so then they actually put a sign that said, like, push to enter. Okay, so there we go. You can get in. But so my real question is it a hidden speakeasy if it has a sign to tell you where it is? And the last thing to know is I've got even more videos on Vegas and beyond, but if you want to dive into some more detail on some of these new Vegas attractions, like the Wizard of Oz experience at the Sphere, you'll find these links on the screen. Also a link in the description below to my entire Las Vegas playlist with over 100 videos in it. And fellow explorers, as usual, I won't say goodbye, because I'll see you in the next video, or maybe in person on the Las Vegas Strip.